What's good, YouTube? It's Dens here. Today I'm going to be talking about the good side of Starfield. Starfield is a game that it's very easy for people to hate on. It's kind of also become a popular thing, but it is also a game that I do enjoy and a game that I do love. I do see the flaws of Starfield, but overall I've put over 200 hours into this game, so it's clear that there is some form of enjoyment for myself, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So to start off with the good side of Starfield, we have the planets. Now, one criticism with Starfield is that there's too many planets but not enough content on all those planets, which is in a sense realistic. Of course, the world itself, we don't know what it's like, so this is just real life, by the way. There's a ton of planets around the world. You don't want every single planet to be populated, to have a ton of landmarks, a ton of cities. You really don't want that. It removes some form of realism. We do need some planets to be empty and just for us to go and explore. You never know what we could find. There are a ton of them. A reason why I mention planets is because one thing that Bethesda put in this game that they carried over from Fallout 4 was building. We can build on planets. We can build absolutely anything we want. You can create whatever you want. You can add settlers, people to be there, some of your companions. You can build some form of community on as many planets as you want. This is something that I also did enjoy with Starfield. It's something that I took my time with. I understand some people might find it boring. I did enjoy base building in Fallout 4. I do think it's cool that you get to customize and create your own space in these RPGs that are massive, where you're collecting a ton of loot. You get to decorate how you want to present your loot. There are way too many customization options for this game, and it does give you the freedom of creating your own community and your own personal space on whatever planet you want. You don't have to choose one planet, stick to that planet. You can choose a planet with a different atmosphere, different aliens on the planet, everything. Different terrain. I do find things like that interesting, and I do believe there are other players who also do the same. It kind of adds like a slow pace to the game, which is kind of needed at times. Moving on from this, we go on to combat. Combat is probably the thing that I enjoy the most about Starfield. I have played a ton of Bethesda games and Obsidian. I've played Fallout New Vegas, I've played Skyrim, Fallout 3, list goes on, Outer Worlds, and Starfield is one of the games I enjoy the most in terms of combat. Now, in terms of what people can say when I say that statement, I don't really care too much because I'm just going by what I've played. I enjoyed the combat of Starfield too much. I do believe the gunplay is very clean. The powers is one thing that I really do enjoy a lot. I do love the powers. I think the first time I seen the Starborn characters, I thought they were the coolest things ever. So the fact that we actually get to be like them, and we learn later on in the story that we can, I think it's very cool. Combat in this game, I do play it on the hardest difficulty. I am almost level 90. It's gotten to a point where it's kind of easy. I mean, I do take a lot of damage, but I also dish out a lot of damage. That's what it is. When I go through the Unity and I'm kind of reset and I'm back to my like vanilla guns, normal guns, combat is somewhat tough. I think my character has just been built up to the point where he's really strong. But yeah, I do enjoy the combat at Starfield. I think the power is really cool. The fact you can upgrade them, the fact you can become stronger, and it is exciting for the future content into the game to see how our characters will go up against these new enemies that we have entering the game. The Watchtower DLC was absolutely, well, not the DLC, the creation was absolutely amazing. You have some strong enemies in that, especially with ship fights. It is great building up your character, building up the ships also, which does bring me on to my next point, which is ships. Ships are one of the biggest W's with Starfield. I don't think we've had an RPG, a massive one in Bethesda, where you can have a vehicle and where it allows this much customization. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but Starfield is the most open in terms of customization for Bethesda games. The shipbuilding is absolutely brilliant. You can create ships from absolutely anything, from the ground up, whatever way that you want to project your ship and fly it out there. You get to customize inside the ship, place your crew inside. You can basically create a portable home, which is absolutely amazing. The ship combat is also brilliant. You get to create your weapons, put whatever you want on your ship in terms of offense and defense. The way you perform in these ship fights, entirely up to yourself. And one thing I'll actually say is that combat with the ships are actually, they're tough. I do genuinely find them tough, like way tougher, significantly tougher than just boots on the ground normal combat. It is a good thing in the game. There are many times where I've lost ship battles, but I mean, it's not supposed to be easy. I do love that. Another thing that I'm going to talk about with Starfield is sci-fi feeling of the actual game itself. This is just more of a general look to the game, looking at the aliens, the exploration. The Starborn is one that I've highlighted mainly because they do play a vital role in the game. In terms of the aliens, I do think some of the aliens in this game are very cool. If you do the UC Vanguard quest, you can actually see a lot of them. The Terramorphs, and even more so towards the end of that quest line, you do get to, one of them does play a vital role in how you want to finish off the story. But yeah, I do think the aliens are very cool. I like the way that we can actually learn about them. These are things that people don't look at too much in Starfield because they kind of just expect combat and quests to be absolutely amazing. When people look at Bethesda game Starfield, that's what you're looking at, and exploration also. I play Starfield a different way. I take the game a bit more slower than the other Bethesda games I play. I do appreciate things like aliens. I do appreciate learning about them, learning about the planets. So when I go explore a planet, not every planet I don't do this with, but certain ones, I go explore the planet. Even the gravity, like finding out certain planets, gravity is lower than others. Just small things like that do pique my interest in Starfield. And then when even the Starborn, I thought the Starborn were an amazing concept to add to the game, and I do like the way they do feel extremely powerful. And you can also join that side yourself and progress to become a more powerful Starborn. It is exciting to see what they're going to do in the future with the Starborn. There are rumors of a Starborn DLC, but I'm not entirely sure. And then just moving on to my last point, which is New Game Plus. I do think the New Game Plus to this game was done absolutely brilliantly. The fact that it ties into the main story, the fact that it does make sense, and it just works. But yeah guys, be sure to drop in the comments what you guys think about Starfield. Just the good side of Starfield. I know a ton of people have a lot of bad things to say about Starfield, but for this video we'll focus on the good things. There are many things that I do enjoy with Starfield, and I know there's people out there with the same feelings. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like, comment your opinion. Also, I do stream on Twitch. My Twitch links will be down below in the description. Thank you all for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.